Alright, welcome back to I was reincarnated as a 7th prince, so I took my time perfecting my magical ability. Anime review episode number 19. We are here reviewing the penultimate episode of season 2 of the series, The Battle Above the Clouds, where the whole episode is simply this. We have Lloyd versus the evil Pope, who's basically a chimera, and they fight for a little while. And there's also the singing that started last episode, which then, of course, he's like, oh, he knows all his pawns defeated. So send out these more chimera, which Lloyd, thanks to the singing, proceeds to decapitate them, and the bishops basically handle the rest. It is quite nice. Of course, it's pointed out by Babylon that, well, Dinos is basically in the singing notes that's a bit staticky because, of course, the person singing it is basically almost losing their voice. They're pushing himself a little too hard. Yeah, and we get a little bit of post backstory where he basically, had a father who was not the good of a singer. Then, of course, he became a singer. He sung, and then, of course, get granted divine magic. And then, apparently, he got married, started a family. And then, of course, coming home one day from work, he finds a little girl. Of course, we were talking about a little bit about his friendship with the king, Lloyd's father, where, it's like, he becomes the Pope, and he becomes the king, and then he comes home like, about helping the poor, and there's a impoverished girl brings him inside, and then when she gets inside, apparently she was actually there as a guard, in case of someone coming, and he comes home to his wife and son been murdered by some guy who was starving, and the guy is gouging down the man's food while his wife and child are dead on the floor on the other side. He tries purifying him, doesn't work. Eventually the man just dies. And get this, the little girl, that turns out it's actually Angela, one of the future bishops. So also, Lloyd has a little light sword at him, and of course that's part of his wing. And the episode ends with basically leading to something. Basically, we're gonna wrap this up basically next week. And I should point out, though, of everything premiered in the last few months, this is one basically where this is actually the last one left that came out in the last 2 months that still need to finish airing. Of course, this one started a little late. When it started airing the season. Everything else pretty much aired, not much an issue. This one was actually a week later than Reborn as a Vending Machine. Yes. Not sure why, but that's kind of the way it is with that one. And now basically, that's pretty much it. I took a video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next to a Comic Corner, do one, and then basically on this sort of brand new series that actually officially came out yesterday, but released first episode last week. Okay? Next video. Bye.